Okay, so this session is going to be on 2 new opportunities for Central Cambria students. And these are opportunities to potentially earn an associate's degree from Mount Aloysius College or from Penn Highlands Community College at the same time that a student graduates from Central Cambria High School. And on the call, we have Mr. Wilson, Randy Wilson, our guidance counselor, and we have Mrs. Sation, our high school assistant principal. I am Mr. Santini, the principal of Central Cambria High School. So we will get started here talking a little bit about the program from the Mount, and we will kind of flip back and forth between the Mount and Penn Highlands. There are some similarities, there are a few differences, and there are still some details that we are continuing to work out, and those details should be, ready to roll and finalized well before next school year starts. So this one is through Mount Aloysius College. It's an associate's degree, Associate of Arts, focus on humanities and social science. And again, this is associates in high school, so the student would graduate Central Cambria and at the same time would graduate Mount Aloysius College with a associate's degree. And some of the, again, I'm going to preface this whole conversation by saying that you as a parent and your child need to investigate all the options that you have available. We have lots of options at Central Cambria for college credit while in high school. Many of our courses are dual enrolled. We have AP courses in which you can take the AP exam, and if you get the score required, you can turn that AP exam score into credits at a wide range of universities and colleges. And then we have these 2 new associate's degree opportunities that are starting up. So all 3 of these options present ways to save money compared to paying the full cost of tuition at a 2 or 4-year school. Okay, so basically, you need to do your research and, kind of have a discussion with your child as to what their future plans are before choosing any of these options for college credit. But the associate's opportunities in particular, and again, you can dual enroll courses at Central Cambria that can count toward the degree. And this is true for both Mount Aloysius and for Penn Highlands. And if you follow the course sequences, take all the courses, pass all the courses here, and the courses that you take through these colleges, you can earn your associate's degree by the time you graduate high school. This can shorten the time that it will take your child to earn a 4-year bachelor's degree by as much as 2 years. It is not guaranteed to be a full 2 years. And again, this is where you need to research what your child intends to major in. You need to contact the schools that they are potentially looking at attending to see how, an associate's degree from either Penn Highlands or the Mount would transfer in, what it would count as, how much time and how many credits it would save your child from having to take, toward the 4-year degree. Obviously, if you are, if your child is planning on attending Mount Aloysius, it is a much higher likelihood that the majority of these credits can be counted toward their 4-year degree. It just depends on the program that they're in. If your child is planning on attending a state system university like IUP, Cal U, one of those state schools, then Penn Highlands, you may end up being able to transfer more credits in through the Penn Highlands Associates program. And then obviously there are variations between the majors. So this degree from the Mount, for some of their degrees, it may shave 2 years off of your child's time. For other degrees, it may only shave 1 year off, and there may be variations in there. So again, you as a parent and your child need to, do the research before committing to either of these programs. But if they do work for what your child is planning to do, they can be a significant cost savings compared to paying 4 years at a college or university. In general, we don't have the final cost for either program yet, but in general, the numbers that we were discussing with both of these institutions ranged from about $7,000 to $10,000 in cost for the associate's degree, depending on how many dual enroll courses are used versus courses that are actually taken through the Mount or through Penn Highlands. So when you think about that, depending where your child is looking at going to college, and depending on how many of these credits will transfer in, paying for 2 years of college for $7,000 could be a significantly lower cost than if you paid freshman and sophomore tuition, the full amount at a school. But again, you gotta make sure that they're going to transfer, and you got to make sure that they're going to count toward the degree that your child is looking at. So how this would set up for Central Cambria students, and again, this is a recommended sequence. Doesn't mean that it's completely set in stone, but it is certainly highly recommended that you follow the sequence here. So through Mount Aloysius, as a freshman, your child would take, 4 credits through Mount Aloysius online, and then they would need to take a dual enrolled course here at Central Cambria. The one that we have used to be called Microsoft Office. It's now Computer Applications. That is a dual enrolled course that a lot of our 9th graders take already. And then obviously they're going to take, the remainder of their high school course load, that they need to complete their day. As a sophomore, they're going to take 6 credits through the Mount, and then they're going to take their remaining credits through Central Cambria. And there's some recommended dual enrolled courses that they can take through us, and they pay the cost of the dual enrollment credits, which again are significantly cheaper than the full cost of a credit at any of these partner universities. You get to your junior year, and again, you can see that there is a significant amount of dual enrolled courses that your child can take right here at Central Cambria within their regular school day. And then there are some courses that they would need to take through Mount Aloysius College. This one is in the summer that the kids take on campus. It's a 2-credit leadership course, and that is required. And then the other 2 are taken during the school year, one in the fall, one in the spring, and those are done online through Mount Aloysius College. And then you get to the senior year, and again, 3 online, 3 through dual enrollment. And then there are elective choices down here that students can choose from, and they need to take these, at any time during their time at Central Cambria. This recommends 11th or 12th grade. Some of these courses can be taken sooner than that. For example, AP US History, our students have the option to take that now in 9th grade if they want to do that. Physics can be taken before you are a junior or senior if you have room to fit that in your schedule. But in general, these are elective courses that you take through dual enrollment at a reduced cost at Central Cambria, and then they will apply to the associate's degree. So this is kind of the breakdown. 37 credits come from dual enrollment, 21 come from online at Mount Aloysius College, 2 are taken on campus in the summer for a total of 60 credits. And there are some examples here of bachelor degree and associate's degree programs that these credits can be applied to. Again, our associates that we're able to offer is an associate's degree in the Associate of Arts, liberal arts with a focus on humanities and social science. And those credits can be applied to any of these other degrees. So that's a little bit of a breakdown of Mount Aloysius. The Penn Highlands option, Mr. Wilson put this into a very nice, easy to understand chart here. So as a freshman, students would take 1 credit through Penn Highlands online. As 10th graders, they take 2 elective courses and a humanities elective. Those are all 3 credits each, and those need to be taken throughout the school year. So 9 credits through Penn Highlands, coupled with whatever students are taking here on campus at Central Cambria. And then in the junior year, there are 12 credits. In the senior year, there are 12 credits. And then these are the approved courses that we have dual enrolled through Penn Highlands Community College. And so these courses can count toward those courses for the associate's degree. And, again, a lot of these courses, the good thing about a lot of these courses is, let's say that I'm coming out of 8th grade. I decide I want to pursue the associate's degree. I get a couple years into that, and I just think, well, this isn't for me. I've changed course. I've changed my mind. A lot of these courses that students would take that would apply to these 2 associate's degrees can also qualify for credit in other ways. So these dual enrolled courses, you can still use those dual enrolled credits even if you don't finish the associate's degree program. And you can apply those to colleges and universities that you would apply to, after high school. The AP courses that are part of the program, again, take the AP exam. You get the score that you need. Those can be converted into college credit. So you can get 1 to 2 years worth of dual enrollment in AP credits without being in an associate's program. The associate's program allows you to actually earn a degree with those credits and leave here with a diploma and a 2-year college degree. So, again, and I'm going to turn it over to Randy here momentarily, but the thing that I cannot stress enough is do your research. You really got to figure out if this is something that's going to benefit your kid, because if it's not, it may not be worth spending the money on. But if it is a great bargain. So, and then there was a question, somebody had submitted a question about how does this impact financial aid? From what I've been able to gather, you don't qualify for financial aid if you've earned a bachelor's degree, so a 4-year degree. So earning an associate's in high school, you should still be able to qualify for financial aid. Now, the other piece of that is these courses taken in high school do not qualify for any financial aid. So I don't believe that you can qualify for financial aid for college until you've graduated high school. So, you have to pay the freight on these courses as you go through and earn the associates. So that's kind of, that's a little bit of a downside on that. But again, you have to do the math. So if it's going to save you multiple thousands of dollars by doing the associate's degree, then maybe it's worth not having any financial aid for those 2 years. If you can still apply financial aid to the second 2 years, when you get into your bachelor's program. So, again, and it's hard to it's hard to answer these questions without sitting down with an actual person whose expertise is college finance and financial aid and those kind of things. Um, so again, I stress that you do the research, find out how these programs would benefit your kid, and obviously if they don't, then they're not worth pursuing. Randy.
The biggest thing I want to stress is, unfortunately, being in the state of Pennsylvania, we have one of the highest post-secondary, tuitions in the entire country. So this is huge for us to offer these, not only the dual enrollment, but these associate degree programs, because the cost of going to college or technical or trade school in Pennsylvania is higher than almost any other state. Chris hit on a lot of great points. We'd love to be able to tell you which schools this were transferred to, but it's almost impossible. It depends not only on the school, but on the major that you're going into, and a number of variables. But the one thing I do want to stress is that if you earn a college credit, you're still earning a college credit. Okay, I have college credits from Cheney State in different places. I still have the transcript from it. They're not going away. They never go away if you earn these college credit. And for some students, maybe they don't end up going on to college, but they'll always have these college credits. As far as the two programs are concerned, obviously, if you're going to go to the Mount, that's a slam dunk to take the one at the Mount. It's a great program. The other thing is both programs will have advisors. It's not like you're going to sign up for this and then you're going to flounder through this on your own. You will have an advisor, almost basically like a guidance counselor in college, that will work with you. The little bit benefit that I see between the two is Penn Highlands is basically in the business of transferability. No one goes to Penn Highlands for 4 years, so it's their job to transfer all their credits to other schools. That's basically the business that they're in. So that's where I see a little bit more flexibility, and a little bit more flexibility in the courses you can take through them. As you can see, a lot of times with the Penn Highlands, it's an elective. So you meet with your counselor, and there may be 5 different courses you can take that will meet that elective. We can't fill that in on this spreadsheet because every year that may change as to what their availability is. So I think with that, there's a little more flexibility. But again, you start in 8th grade, you take Microsoft Office. Most students are taking that anyway. You maybe take APUSH. A lot of students are taking it anyway, and you get the dual enrollment credits. If sophomore year, like I can't, for some foreseen reason, I have to help out, I have to get a part-time job, and I can't do all these online courses, you can still dual enroll. And we've had students here, my stepdaughter went to Kent State University with between 24 and 30 credits, all accepted, all dual enrollment, saved a ton of money. So I just think that it's great if you, and I think the nicest thing, as Chris said, is if you decide to do it and then you change your mind, you're not really losing anything. You're still getting the college credits. You're going to get you always get a transcript from the school. Even our students now who just dual enroll have a transcript. It's not like it's just on our, it's somewhere on Central Cambria. If you dual enrolled at St. Francis or Penn Highlands or the Mount, there's a transcript that says Chris Santini went to the Mount. It doesn't say Chris Santini took a class at Central Cambria and that transferred to the Mount. It's actually a Mount Aloysius transcript or a Penn Highlands transcript. So I think this is a great opportunity. Is it for every student? No. As with anything, every student isn't into the same thing, but I think it's a great opportunity, and I hope that we have students that at least start out, take advantage of this opportunity, try it out. It might work. Just like in life, a lot of things you think are going to work do, some things don't, but you move forward, and I can't see a downfall with the cost savings. I know Chris brought up about financial aid, but the cost savings that we're having on these on the per credit cost is so significantly different that, unfortunately, a lot of us, me included, when I thought of financial aid and filling out the FAFSA, like I thought these bucket loads of money were going to come raining down out of the sky on my head. But that doesn't happen, unfortunately. Just even strict need-based money that you can get from schools, via the FAFSA is very limited. There's endowments and different ways you can get it, but just need-based from the government there's very little that you're going to get. So the reduced cost that we have through not only dual enrollment, but this associate's degree program is very significant. And, you know, you hate to say that's going to impact your decision, but it does. I mean, it impacts your decision when you buy a house and when you buy a car and when you pay for college. So we wish we could all just write the ticket to go wherever, but unfortunately that's not the case. So this provides you with an opportunity to save, I don't know what the word, truckloads, boatloads of money. So,
Randy, I one additional. I know a little bit about the financial aid portion of it with dual enrollment. So students who are transferring in with 30 or more credits, if they have financial need, they're actually eligible for $6,500 per year in subsidized Stafford loans rather than 55. If you're coming in with 60 credits, you're eligible for 7,500. So you get a little bit more eligibility for the subsidized, which is much lower interest rate, and that interest rate doesn't accrue as they're in school too. So that's actually a big financial benefit for those who have to borrow whenever they eventually get to their post-secondary place.
If that gets you $4,000 of an additional benefit, that pays for about half the cost of the associates. If you get 60 credits. So it doesn't quite pay for itself, but it pays for half of itself from the sounds of it, at least. So we'll open it up for questions. We still have some folks on here. If you have any questions, feel free to hit the unmute button, or you can type them in the chat and we will be happy to answer. Okay. Well, without any further questions on that, does anybody who is still on the call here have any questions about any high school stuff? Anything that we're not covering tonight? So we're covering this program, and then later on, we're covering the transition to high school for our 8th grade students. But if there are any other items that you guys have questions on, feel free to ask. Okay, well, we thank you folks for coming out, logging in. I appreciate it. If you have any questions as you learn more about these programs, feel free to contact us. We will be sending out more information once these are finalized, and there will probably be an informational session for both of these that will include tuition, costs and those kind of things once all the details are final. But I think you have a general, idea of what these are about. So again, thank you. Appreciate it, and have a good evening.